Hey guys, it's Jake. I'm alright, and I just wanted to make a video talking about the state of new video games in 2022. I saw this Reddit post and it said this year's major gaming announcements be like, and it was the Oops All remakes. And I thought it was really funny, but also I thought it was really relatable. It really does seem that things are not in a great place with new IP. There's not a lot of new games coming out that are doing really well, and a lot of the stuff that we're getting excited about are remakes or sequels, and it's kind of been like that for a while. And I think it all just kind of sims down to, gaming in 2022 is sad sometimes. We're not getting great stuff. It just seems like the general sentiment in the gaming community is that there are a lot of remakes, and it doesn't really seem like it's the best thing to move the actual industry forward. I saw this funny comment on here that said, the only game that needs a remake is Skyrim. It's almost been a whole year since they've last released it. And, I think that really just kind of shows how people are aware that this is kind of the cycle we've been in for a while. I mean, they have been releasing Skyrim hundreds of times over the past decade. It's kind of made everybody numb to companies just coming out and trying to put a shiny new coat on whatever IP that's a few years old to try to make more money off it. Kind of like with The Last of Us. I mean, The Last of Us Part 1 just came out in September, and that's a game that got a remaster in 2014, and it came out in 2013. So we've been able to play this game in various different versions that are a little bit more shiny for years now. And when you see developers doing stuff like this over and over again, it kind of makes you wonder, maybe they've just run out of ideas. And I feel like with the sequels and remakes that have been coming out, I can see how people are starting to really get fed up with it. I mean, we're a year into having Halo Infinite almost, and you still can't play co-op campaign. Didn't have all the multiplayer modes for a huge amount of time. Forge mode still isn't there. It's just ridiculous that we're living in a world where they're releasing these sequels and remakes and reboots and remasters, and they can't even perfect the stuff that a lot of these titles or series were perfecting a decade plus ago. And I was looking through just a few lists of what are the best new games of 2022, and it's kind of disappointing how many of them are sequels or reboots or remakes. I mean, Modern Warfare 2 is one of the big ones, Bayonetta 3, Sonic Frontiers, God of War Ragnarok, Warzone obviously 2 is his own thing, Goat Simulator 3, the new Dark Pictures anthology thing, the next Pokemon. I mean, a lot of the major titles this year are just kind of reskins of shit that we've been playing for years. I mean, there are a few good new things that are coming out that I'm excited for. Pentiment, which is the Obsidian kind of 2D story game in this medieval time type area. The Callisto Protocol looks really good. That's supposed to be coming out in December. High on Life seems like a cool game made by Justin Roiland, and that seems like it should be a fun new IP. I know Stray had come out this year, but if you look at a lot of these new IP, they're just not performing as well as, remakes or just the same, annual Call of Duty or whatever that's coming out. So, this has obviously been an issue that people have been talking about for a long time. So it's kind of surprising that, now we're in 2022 and we were hearing complaints about this same thing, Xbox One generation, 8 or 9 years ago. So it's kind of interesting to see that now it's not like everything is a sequel. It's like everything is a remake or a reboot. Literally a game we've already played, reskinned and on a newer console for us to play again, I guess. But to be fair, I mean, people obviously like these. That's why they're being made, and these are all major companies, so they wouldn't be pouring billions of dollars into these projects if they weren't selling and making some people very, very rich. So I guess we're probably going to be in for a while longer, but hopefully seeing companies like Microsoft invest tons of money into smaller studios to create new IPs for them will lead to a future where a lot of new IPs have the opportunity to shine through with situations like Game Pass or be acquired by someone bigger so that we can get more kind of fresh ideas out in front of everybody else. But that's all I want to say about that. So let me know what you think in the comments down below, or don't, whatever.